folks, welcome back. I'm your host, RR Slugger, and this isn't going to be your typical LEGO set review video. We're going to be looking at LEGO sets with a bit more of a philosophical lens today, and if that's not your thing, that's okay. Don't worry, you won't hurt my feelings if you click off this video. For those who stick around, I should also warn you that there isn't a singular answer to the questions that I pose here. If you're familiar with my perfect number of visible studs video, then expect something similar. Open-ended questions with various valid interpretations. Oh boy, I can't wait to check my YouTube analytics later to see if anyone stuck around after a disclaimer like that. Anyways, I recently received a sealed copy of 4868 Gaaki from LEGO Bionicle. This set was sent to my P.O. box by Noah Nui Island Bricks, who came together to make it happen. Thanks, guys. As you can see, I haven't opened it yet, and I've been pondering whether or not to do so for a while. This has inspired me to consider the question, what is the value of a sealed LEGO set? The first metric of value that might spring to mind is an obvious one, monetary value. It's no secret that LEGO has become quite the prolific investment vehicle, and a quick search on YouTube confirms what we already know, that there's profit to be had in buying sealed LEGO sets and selling them for more than you paid. In general, sealed LEGO sets become significantly more expensive the longer it's been since their release. That isn't always the case, but barring some exceptions, the best time to have bought a set was back when it released. Sorry, that's not very helpful, is it? Well, subscribe to my channel for more investment tips and tricks. There are a number of likely reasons as to why the value of a sealed LEGO set is oftentimes much higher than a used copy of a similar vintage. For starters, LEGO is quite a unique toy in the amount of longevity it possesses. Compared to most other plastic toys out there, LEGO is both more resilient and easier to repair or replace broken or lost pieces. Because of this, there are likely hundreds, if not thousands, of used copies of any particular set still out there today. Sealed copies are much rarer, however, and this helps explain the large disparity in prices. After all, every time a sealed set is opened, a used set is created. But what's so special about a sealed set? Surely everyone who buys one isn't just planning on flipping it for profit down the road. There has to be a true market for sealed LEGO, or this bubble would have burst long ago. Let's briefly look elsewhere for clues. I don't have experience with every collectible hobby out there, but one that I do have a good bit of experience with is HeroScape. This is an old, out-of-print tabletop game that Hasbro used to make in 2004, yet there's still a large dedicated following for the game. Figure expansion packs that used to go for $13 now go for lots of money. But here's the thing, the disparity between sealed and loose figures is much, much smaller than it is with LEGO. The majority of HeroScape players seemingly buy figures to play the game with them. A sealed copy of a figure pack doesn't hold much additional value if most of the prospective buyers just want to open it up anyways. That philosophy is simply not so with LEGO. Sealed sets often demand collector-level prices, so perhaps we need to look at the value in collecting LEGO. Ask any toy collector if the original packing materials add any extra value, and they'll probably say yes. For many collectible hobbies, the inclusion and condition of the packaging is sometimes more important than the contents within it. Some folks really value collecting toys exactly as they would have appeared on store shelves back in the day, almost like a time capsule of consumerism. I don't mean that disparagingly, but it really is a snapshot of product and consumer history. Price tags themselves can even tell a story. There's also a sort of historic value to preserving something like this. Don't believe me? Well, the LEGO Group seems to think so. They have at least one vault dedicated to housing over 8,000 sealed sets. And I don't think it's because they plan on flipping them for a profit down the road. The LEGO Group might not be the most passionate custodians of their own history and legacy, but this is one effort I do applaud them for. And if the company ever finds itself in financial hot water again, well, at least they have over 8,000 sealed sets they can flip for a profit. The last facet of value I wanted to discuss today is personal value. One thing I've learned through my years of talking about LEGO on YouTube is that every set, no matter how low it scores on the Slugometer, has a fan who connected with it on a personal level. These can be toys that meant something to us as a kid, or toys that mean something to us as an adult. Some folks purchase sealed sets in order to guarantee that they're the first to build it. It's hard not to feel a personal connection to a set when you're its original owner. Nostalgia is a word that is thrown around far too often in modern discourse, but maybe there is some sort of personal value derived from having a sealed copy of a set that you enjoyed or pined for as a child. Just last Christmas, my dad bought me a sealed copy of the Rapid Rider from LEGO Rock Raiders. Now, I already have dozens of Rapid Riders, but this one is sealed, and it's going to remain so while it's in my possession. For starters, there's obvious monetary value in keeping it sealed. They're not making more of them, and examples like this are only going to get more rare as time goes on. Beyond that, there's a collectible value in keeping it sealed. I've got a sizable Rock Raiders collection, but this is uniquely the only sealed set within it. As such, there's a certain historic value here as well. This is exactly how the set has existed since 1999. How cool is that? And lastly, the personal value. You don't need me to recap how important Rock Raiders is to me, but suffice it to say, a sealed set from my favorite series holds a lot of sentimental appeal to me. I'm usually pretty gung-ho about ripping open sealed sets, but not this one. And that brings us back to the sealed Bionicle set that was sent to my P.O. box at the start of the video. Given all that we've discussed today, let's evaluate whether or not to open it using the same criteria. First, we'll examine the monetary value of... Hold on. Is that Scotch tape? Aw, slug yeah! This set isn't sealed at all! I can't open it! Thanks for watching, everyone. Once again, this video was made possible by the folks who support me during the Summer of Slug. Links to my Patreon and Ko-fi pages can be found in the description. My P.O. box information is also in the description if you want to send something my way and potentially inspire a video like this. Be aware though, time is running out as the P.O. box closes at the end of August. The Summer of Slug sure flies by. I've been your host, RR Slugger, and I'll see you next time for another video.